From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is a severe weather alert.
Well, good evening, everybody. Meteorologist Taylor Platt here, along with meteorologist Kelly Rawson and Chase Wilson. Another update here. This will be our last update unless we just end up having more warnings, but we don't really think that's going to be the case. I think most of our severe weather risk is pretty much done for the night, which is very good news. Like we mentioned earlier, we have no longer a tornado watch in place here for a good majority of our Tennessee counties. The only exception is Hardin County right here and off to the west towards McNairy County. There's still that active tornado watch right now. Also into parts of northeastern Mississippi with the Tishomingo County, Iuka area still under that tornado watch. These counties over here are controlled by the National Weather Service in Memphis, so they're still watching to see how things might transpire, but I would imagine they'll probably end up either trimming these counties back completely and just keeping the watch over here where there's still active storms going on, or they'll just ride it out until 10 o'clock. With it being 9 o'clock, I would imagine they're probably riding that out until 10 o'clock. Still a lot of green on the map here with the flash flood warnings. That's going to end up becoming a big risk, but the good news is that the storms, they're kind of more spaced out. If we want to go to the radar network, Chase, we can take a look at that real quick. And then we'll go over to Links 1. I'll show some Futurecast to kind of give an idea of what the rest of the night can hold. So again, the good news is the majority of these flash flood warnings, they don't have active storms in them. The only exception is this supercell that's coming out of the Jackson, Tennessee area, riding right along Interstate 40, going up towards the Nashville metro area. That one's going to stay north of our viewing area, so we have no concern over that one. But that will also create more of a flash flooding threat through those areas. Off to our southwest, there's still storms that are ongoing here just to the southwest of the Memphis metro area, far eastern Arkansas. The good news with that, those continue to weaken. They did have severe thunderstorm warnings on them earlier. They have now since been canceled or allowed to expire. So again, that's good news that all of this activity will stay off to our west and northwest. And all that shower activity that was developing here south of the Tennessee state line across northwestern Alabama has continued to die off, and that's not expected to be any issue whatsoever. All right, let's go over to Links 1, and we can go through the Futurecast right here. And so this is 9 p.m. showing just some spotty shower activity still possible. We have that boundary that's still in place, and we have other little outflow boundaries around, but the atmosphere is just very much overworked right now. So anything that does develop would likely just end up being a shower potential. Looks like we might have gotten a new model guidance here. I saw it just update, so this is going to be brand new to look at as I hit play here. So it's going to go into your Futurecast. So here it is through about 10 p.m. tonight. Notice how all the activity is, again, off to our northwest. That's where things will stay for the majority, if not the entirety of the overnight hours, 11 p.m. Still watching those storms, again, well off to our northwest, and there's really nothing showing up here in the model guidance that is showing, hey, we're going to have some more development we're going to have to watch for. I think we're good. Midnight tonight, still watching off to our northwest, still watching off to our northwest, 2 a.m. in the morning, but notice we're basically just all clear here in our viewing area. So that's going with the trend that we saw for the majority of the day and even yesterday, that by the time we got into the late evening, any additional storm risk would end up being off to our northwest, because that's where the stationary front starts to kind of move a little bit back to the north, and that's going to set the stage for the severe weather threat west of us tomorrow. We are not in a severe risk tomorrow. There's going to be some scattered showers and storms around potentially, but there's really not going to be a big time severe risk like what we saw today and even early this morning and last night. All that risk is going to end up being off to our west for your Friday. So again, 4 a.m., noticing everything off to our northwest still, so I think we're good to go for the remainder of the evening. Let's go back to Links 2 real quick, and we got the watch warning map back on here. Like I mentioned, the only tornado watch that is still in effect is for Hardin County and McNairy County and Tishomingo counties, and further to the west. All of the areas east, Pulaski, Columbia, Lewisburg, Hohenwald, Lawrenceburg, Waynesboro, we're no longer under that tornado watch, and of course northwest Alabama was never under a tornado watch earlier on today. But again, we're still just monitoring things over the next hour or so. I would imagine the Weather Service will probably allow that tornado watch to expire at 5. One quick look again at the radar network, and then we'll kind of toss things back to our regularly scheduled program. Again, the only storm that is nearby our area, and it's going to stay well north of our viewing area, is going to be the supercell east of Jackson, Tennessee. If you want to zoom in just real quick, Chase, and we'll take a look at that. Yeah, switch to OHX is probably good. That's a pretty good hail core with that one. That's just north of Lexington. This is Henderson County. Severe thunderstorm warning until 9:30. This will move to the east. This will impact, I believe that's Perry County and Hickman and Decatur County. Decatur County still they're under that warning right now, but this is moving away from our viewing area. Our viewing area is right down here where Chase is drawing, so this is going to stay well north of our viewing area, so we do not have any concern about this. But if you have any folks or you're watching outside of our viewing area near Waverly, near Camden, near Dixon, Tennessee, just keep in mind that this supercell is still tracking in your area, and there's a lot of hail potential with this. There's a pretty good hail core with that, and I think click on that. Did that warning have considerable on it? I want to say that they had a considerable. Okay, that's good. I think at one point that they did have one. So again, outside of our viewing area, but this is going to remain off to our north. No worry with that one, but again, that's heading towards the Nashville metro area, and it's probably going to end up making it there with being that strong of a storm. That's going to create more flash flooding potential and also bring that severe potential as well. And it looks like this is a mesoscale discussion from OHX, the Nashville Weather Service. They might end up going with the severe thunderstorm watch for areas off to our northwest. So that would be places like Dyersburg, Clarksville, Nashville, Camden, and then on up into parts of Kentucky. That's with this. There's two boundaries that are at play here today. We had an effective warm front that was kind of the remaining outflow of some of the storms that happened late last night, early this morning. That's draped down here, but we have a stationary front that is up in this area, and that's going to keep kind of trending a little bit further to the north, and that's going to push all of this stuff eventually further to the north like you saw in the model guidance there. So that's where they're probably going to have another severe thunderstorm watch in place that's going to be well off to our north as these storms continue to trend in that general vicinity. Before we toss it back to programming, you guys have anything else you want to add, or are we kind of good to go? Good to go? All right, we're good to go. Again, last look at our watch warning map. Tornado watch still technically in place here for Hardin and McNairy County, Tennessee, and Tishomingo County, Mississippi. That goes until 10. That will likely be allowed to expire on time. Flash flood warnings continue for areas to our northwest. We thank you for tuning in to the Tennessee Valley Weather Center and allowing us to take you through the severe weather risk today and trusting us with that aspect. We really appreciate it here. For meteorologist Kelly Rawson, for Chase Wilson, I'm Taylor Plott. Also Ben Luna, who was in earlier today. We thank you again for watching us here on the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. We're still watching things in case something sneaky happens, but I think we're going to be good to go for the remainder of the evening. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday evening out there. Stay safe, and we'll see you back here on Friday morning.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.